Such a set list, there's a list of possibilities we're working with tonight.
Alright.
Something else we could help you with?
Let's do the Pum's Lament.
Okay, yes.
We'll kick off with the Pum's Lament and the Bushman's Answer. This is an old one from the Wardfield days, of which I've added a few little bits and pieces to it. And it just basically talks about a pole and the music. And I'm, for some peculiar reason, the pole, and John over here.
I try my best to be Australian.
Even though he came from Geelong. Right.
The cross idea, but that's alright. It starts off like this, I think.
Yes, it does.
It does. And then the next line, yeah, that's right too, yeah.
Okay.
Look, I have a boundary ride. And I was out the other day checking out the fences down Montgomery way when I heard a sort of whining sound come floating up the creek. Well, it started as a sobbing moan and ended as an eldritch shriek. It sent a shiver down my spine. I thought, was murder being done? So I raced off to the rescue and I found blubbering under a gum a whining, wave-faced whacker. A pasty to and from. A complete and utter drongo. A whinging bloody pop. Listen to this.
Hurrah for good old England, we'll soon be going there. This hungry life and awful strife I can no longer bear. I'm pitched into the back blocks, I might as well be dead. A chaff bag was me pillow, and they ground me for the bed. And we lived on tea and dumper, and sometimes kangaroo.
Oh, beauty.
They tell me was scorched to death at night time, I'm frozen blue, but now at last I see some hope of getting from this hole. Hurrah, 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 for good old England, where they're dishing out the dough.
You're a whinging mother bludger. No bloody guts you've got. Ooh. I hope your bloody boat goes down and drowns the bloody lot. Ooh. Since you've been out here, Isaac, you've done nothing else but moan. Well, you're a bludging mother bludger and it's time you should have stayed at home. Furthermore, you thought you'd pick up sovereigns in our bloody flaming streets. You thought you'd pick up nuggets in our bloody flaming creeks. You thought you'd make your fortune after being here one day. Well, you're a whinging mother bludger. And it's time you're on your way.
You don't understand me. I just miss the green and rolling hills. I miss the summer rain. I miss me mummy and me Uncle Jim. I'll catch the morning train.
I love me sunburned country. I love me sweeping plains. I drink to your departure. You must be off your flaming brains, you bastard.
You bastard.
Bastard. Bastard.
Explain that last bit for you.
Which we were going to do before, but
we should have.
Yeah, I know.
Uncle Jimbo did this. He was my great Australian mentor. When I came over here in 1965, in 1964, I started hanging around Earl's Court, which was known in those days as Kangaroo Alley. Anybody there at that time? Anybody in plaguing the life out of the English? Brown men and women and small unstuck Tommies looking up at them glowing with sunlight and life and hope.
Whereas, and tans.
And all the rest of it. So I hung around and there was a couple of pubs that they sort of took over. One of them was called the Pig and Whistle, and the Australians immediately changed it to the Pig's Arse. As they are wont to do. And so you'd be walking down the street and one of them yelled out, "Hey Rog, see you in the arse tonight." And you'd sit there and you go, yes, very good, lovely. I will, I'll see you in the arse. And then find a small alley to duck down behind because everybody's turning around looking at you, wondering what, never mind. Anyway, he was a huge man. He stood 6'8" in his strong feet. He weighed 136 kilos, fresh from the dunny. And we know this because we did several experiments before and after, and we're talking 40 kilos on one particular night, which was a record. His feet were so big he'd hang 10 without using a surfboard. And when he went to supermarkets, small children would get caught in orbit around him and whirl round around. He was so big. And they go, "Mummy, Mummy, get me off, he stinks." And he did smell because he was a confirmed alcoholic and really enjoyed drinking all the time. And he taught me how to do it so that I'd be sort of up to scratch when I first came to Australia. I needed to because when I first came here, the 6 o'clock swill was still on. Anybody still remember the 6 o'clock swill? Yeah. What a fantastic institution that was. 300 men doing their best to get as pissed as they possibly can in about an hour and a half, and then we all drove home. All of it. And nobody got hurt.
Road accidents.
No, there were no road accidents because you knew. Everybody was pissed. And so you'd sit and come out the car park and you're down this low, just below the steering wheel, and you look over and you think, I better go easy because they're all pissed. And everybody got home really safely until they got home, and when their wife picked them. What's the name about them? But that was every night. I enjoyed it. It was full of spirit and high fun. And
yes,
the odd accident.
which doesn't explain why the end of that poem goes like it goes.
No, that's exactly. What was that?
That was Uncle Jimbo.
Oh, that's right. But
He was doing it.
where was this going? Oh, that's right.
You got sidetracked.
I got sidetracked. Sorry. And at the pig's arse, every Saturday night was a competition. And the competition was you could do any song or poem, didn't matter where you came from, as long as it was Australian. I do remember one night a Pakistani bus conductor, a friend of Uncle Jimbo, doing a version of the Wild Colonial Boy that had us in tears. It was fantastic, it really was. It was the most perfect version I've ever heard, which started off... no, I won't do it. No, I won't do it. No, I won't. No, you really don't want to do it.
He said it like this.
It was fantastic.
It was actually Peter Sellers, but don't tell me.
No, it wasn't Peter Sellers.
However, getting back to the explanation, we still haven't quite reached.
Oh, no.
Uncle Jimbo did that, Ponds Lament the Bushman's Arse, as a solo act. So in one hand he had the flat cap, the other hand he has a coo ring. He'd go, I'm a boundary rider. He'd go, listen up, a backlock, you might as well be dead. And at the end he finished off, you bastard, bastard, changing the hats all the time. And that's why. Yes.
Till a hail of Darwin stubbies threw him off the stage. It was fantastic. It was like the Blues Brothers, but Australian style in England, if that makes any sense.
And with less American people. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, what should we do?
Do you want to do a poem?
Yeah, why not?
What do you want to do?
I don't know, what's on our list? No, screw it. I'll do one of Ted Egan's. This is from Broome, because we're at the sort of northwest-ish sort of city theme here. Ted Egan actually will be at the Illawarra in January. If any of you are going, do. He's well worth it. He wrote this many, many years ago about the pearling industry in Broome. Now, originally the pearl divers were Aborigines, and they'd be sent down basically with a rock to hold to make them sink, and a rope so they could be hauled back up again. A lot of them died.
And I just read a really nice article by one of the Pigrams, I think it was, where if the women didn't go down, they were hit with a club until they went down into the water. That's one way or the other. And they ran out of Aboriginals after a while. And then they sort of said, well, we might sort of, we'll bring the Japanese in, which is what they did.
That's right. Anyway, so this is about the Japanese period in Broome's history, when a lot of them died as well. They died of a thing called the bends, which is where you get nitrogen bubbles form inside your bloodstream if you're hauled too quickly to the surface. And it's incredibly painful and can easily kill you. The way to get around this is what they call staging. So you come up a certain amount and then wait there and then come up some more and wait there, and that allows the nitrogen to be reabsorbed slowly rather than just forming bubbles. Often this isn't the case, it's quite often not possible, especially in the early days before weather forecasts. And they'd be in sailing luggers, and they'd be down divers on the pearl beds collecting the shell, and in Broome the storms blow up very fast, and they'd straight over their eyes, and here comes a storm, haul them up and get them out of there. And that's how a lot of them died. Anyway, this is Ted Egan's poem called Sayonara Nakamura, which you probably know, but try not to interrupt me when I get it wrong. Thank you.
Rubbish.
I'm sorry, Nick, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
No.
When the luggers all sailed away from Roebuck Bay on that fateful day, the diver on the B-19 was Nakamura, not yet 21, from the land of the rising sun. His homeland was the island Okinawa. To the deepest holes of the Lassapi shoals to fulfil the pearling master's goals went the diver on the B-19, Nakamura. His quest for the lustrous pearl as strong as his love for the beautiful girl he'd wed when he returned to Okinawa. From the west came a tropical squall and the mercury began to fall. 40 fathoms deep was Nakamura. Set sail, no time to stage as the storm began to rage. They dragged to the surface the boy from Okinawa. The agony's in his eyes, an old Malay man cries. And I know the bends have got you, Nakamura. Helplessly they cursed as the diver's lungs near burst. He died on the deck, the boy from Okinawa. So it's goodbye now and farewell. Say goodbye to Okinawa, for today they'll bury you in West Australia, and you'll never be as one with the land of the rising sun. Sayonara, sayonara, Nakamura. To the divers' cemetery in Broomberry, gifts all deep in gloom, they walked with the body of the diver Nakamura. Headstones face the west, 1,000 divers lie at rest, and they're joined today by the boy from Okinawa.